Chapter B's Your Perfect Body. In Living in the Light, Chapter 20, titled Your Perfect Body, Shakti Gawai discusses the concept of the perfect body from a spiritual and holistic perspective, challenging the conventional ideas of beauty and physical perfection that dominate society. Gawai encourages readers to see their bodies as unique expressions of their inner selves and to embrace their bodies as they are, rather than striving to fit into society's often unrealistic standards of physical beauty. Gawai begins by addressing the cultural obsession with physical appearance. Many people are taught to believe that their value and self-worth are closely tied to their physical bodies. This leads to a relentless pursuit of external beauty, often resulting in feelings of inadequacy, shame, and low self-esteem when people feel they don't measure up to the idealized standards presented by society. Gawai challenges this perspective by suggesting that true beauty comes from within and that our bodies are perfect as they are because they are expressions of our soul and our unique life journey. A key theme in the chapter is the idea that our bodies are reflections of our inner state. Gawai explains that the body is a powerful mirror of our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. When we are living in alignment with our higher selves, feeling fulfilled, balanced, and happy, our bodies tend to be healthy, vibrant, and full of energy. Conversely, when we are out of alignment, feeling stressed, unhappy, or disconnected from our true selves, our bodies may reflect that imbalance through illness, fatigue, or physical discomfort. This holistic view encourages readers to consider their emotional and spiritual well-being when addressing physical issues. Gawai encourages readers to develop a more loving and accepting relationship with their bodies. She suggests that many people have a negative internal dialogue about their physical appearance, constantly criticizing themselves for not being thin enough, young enough, or attractive enough according to societal standards. This negative self-talk can create a cycle of self-rejection and dissatisfaction, which in turn affects both mental and physical health. Gawai advocates for self-love and acceptance, reminding readers that their bodies are a perfect vehicle for their soul's journey and that they should honor and care for their bodies with kindness and respect. One of the core messages of the chapter is that each body is unique, and there is no one-size-fits-all standard of beauty or health. Gawai emphasizes that we each have a different path in life, and our bodies reflect that path. Some people may be naturally slender, while others may have a fuller body type. Some may experience physical challenges or disabilities, while others may not. Gawai explains that these differences are part of the diversity of human experience and should be celebrated, not judged. By embracing the uniqueness of our bodies, we can free ourselves from the pressure to conform to society's narrow definitions of beauty. Gawai also touches on the importance of listening to the body's needs. She encourages readers to develop a relationship of trust with their bodies, paying attention to the signals it sends about what it needs in terms of nourishment, rest, movement, and emotional expression. Instead of following rigid diets, exercise regimes, or beauty routines prescribed by external sources, Gawai suggests that we tune into our intuition and listen to what our bodies are asking for. When we honor our body's needs and treat them with care and respect, we create a more harmonious and fulfilling relationship with ourselves. The chapter also explores the concept of healing through self-acceptance. Gawai explains that many physical ailments stem from emotional or spiritual imbalances, and that by accepting and loving ourselves fully, including our bodies, we can begin to heal on a deeper level. She emphasizes that the body is always working in our best interest, even when we are experiencing illness or discomfort. Rather than fighting against our bodies or trying to force them into a certain shape or condition, Gawai suggests that we work in partnership with our bodies, recognizing them as intelligent, dynamic systems that are constantly striving for balance and well-being. In conclusion, Chapter 20, Your Perfect Body challenges the conventional ideas of physical beauty and encourages readers to embrace a more holistic and loving view of their bodies. Gavai reminds us that our bodies are perfect as they are, serving as a reflection of our inner selves and our unique life journeys. By developing a deeper connection with our bodies, accepting them fully, and listening to their needs, we can create a healthier, more balanced, and more fulfilling relationship with ourselves. Ultimately, Gavai's message is one of self-love and acceptance, where true beauty comes from within and is expressed through the harmony of body, mind, and spirit. Chapter 21, Life and Death. In Chapter 21 of Living in the Light, titled Life and Death, Shakti Gavai explores the profound and interconnected nature of life and death, emphasizing that they are not opposites but rather integral parts of the same continuum. Gavai encourages readers to reflect on their beliefs about death and to consider how these beliefs shape their experience of life. Gavai begins by addressing the societal fear of death, which is often viewed as a negative or tragic event. She suggests that this fear stems from a misunderstanding of the nature of life and the cycle of existence. Instead of seeing death as an end, Gavai invites readers to view it as a natural part of life's journey, a transition that leads to new beginnings. This perspective allows for a more profound appreciation of life itself, as understanding death can deepen our experience of living. A significant theme in the chapter is the idea of transformation. Gavai explains that life and death are processes of continuous change, where each ending brings about a new beginning. Just as the seasons change, bringing life and death to nature, our lives are filled with cycles of creation and dissolution. She encourages readers to embrace change and to recognize that letting go is often a necessary part of growth and evolution. By reframing our understanding of death, we can learn to embrace the changes that come with it, rather than resisting or fearing them. Gavai also discusses how our relationship with death can influence our approach to life. When we accept the inevitability of death, we are often prompted to live more fully and authentically. This acceptance can lead to a greater appreciation for the present moment and a desire to make the most of our time. Gavai suggests that by acknowledging our mortality, we can prioritize what truly matters, leading to a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Another key point Gavai makes is about the concept of legacy. She encourages readers to think about how they wish to be remembered and what impact they want to leave behind. This reflection can motivate individuals to live with intention and purpose, aligning their actions with their core values and beliefs. By focusing on the kind of legacy they want to create, people can find greater clarity and direction in their lives. The chapter also touches on the idea of spiritual growth through the acceptance of death. Gavai posits that facing our mortality can lead to profound insights and transformations. It can help us confront our fears, release attachments, and foster a deeper connection with our inner selves and the universe. This spiritual perspective encourages readers to view death not as something to be feared but as an opportunity for growth and expansion. Gavai shares personal anecdotes and reflections on her own experiences with loss and how these experiences have shaped her understanding of life and death. She emphasizes the importance of processing grief and honoring the feelings that arise when we face loss. By acknowledging our emotions and allowing ourselves to grieve, we can find healing and peace. The chapter concludes with a message of hope and reassurance. Gavai emphasizes that while death is an inevitable part of life, it is also a gateway to new experiences and possibilities. She encourages readers to cultivate a sense of wonder and curiosity about life, recognizing that each moment is precious and filled with potential. In summary, Chapter 21, Life and Death offers a transformative perspective on the relationship between life and death. Gawai encourages readers to embrace the natural cycle of existence, to view death as a transition rather than an end, and to live fully and authentically in the present moment. By accepting mortality and reflecting on their legacy, individuals can create a life rich with meaning and purpose, ultimately fostering a deeper connection with themselves and the world around them. Chapter 22. Transformation of our world. In Chapter 22 of Living in the Light, titled Transformation of Our World, Shakti Gawai discusses the potential for collective transformation on both individual and societal levels. She emphasizes the power of consciousness in shaping reality and the importance of aligning our inner beliefs with our outer actions to create meaningful change in the world. Gawai begins by acknowledging the current state of the world, highlighting the numerous challenges humanity faces, such as environmental degradation, social injustice, and widespread disconnection. She posits that these issues stem not only from external circumstances but also from a collective consciousness that has been out of alignment with the principles of love, unity, and understanding. This disconnection leads to fear-based actions and decisions that perpetuate suffering and conflict. A key theme in the chapter is the idea of personal responsibility. Gawai asserts that transformation begins within each individual. By cultivating self-awareness and understanding our own beliefs, values, and motivations, we can begin to shift our consciousness. This inner work is essential for fostering a more harmonious and compassionate world. Gawai encourages readers to examine their thoughts and behaviors, asking themselves how they contribute to the larger picture of societal well-being. Gawai also introduces the concept of co-creation, which emphasizes the importance of collaboration and collective intention. She explains that individuals have the power to co-create their reality with others, and when we come together with a shared vision of love and positivity, we can manifest profound change. This collaborative approach is not only about individual actions but also about building supportive communities that uplift and inspire one another. Another important aspect of transformation discussed in this chapter is the role of spirituality. Gawai emphasizes that spiritual growth and awareness are crucial for the collective awakening of humanity. By tapping into our spiritual essence, we can transcend fear and separation, allowing us to connect more deeply with others and the planet. She encourages readers to embrace spiritual practices that resonate with them, whether through meditation, mindfulness, or other forms of self-exploration. The chapter also addresses the impact of fear on societal transformation. Gawai acknowledges that fear can be a powerful force that holds people back from taking action or making changes. However, she emphasizes that love is a stronger force and can overcome fear. By choosing love, compassion, and understanding in our interactions with others, we can create a ripple effect that inspires change on a larger scale. Gawai shares stories and examples of individuals and communities that have successfully enacted transformation in their lives and surroundings. These stories serve to illustrate that change is possible and that every small action contributes to the greater whole. She reminds readers that even simple acts of kindness and compassion can create significant impacts, reinforcing the idea that we all have a role to play in the transformation of our world. Towards the end of the chapter, Gawai emphasizes the importance of hope and vision. She encourages readers to envision the world they desire and to hold that vision with intention. This practice of visualization can help align our energy and actions with the reality we wish to create. By focusing on positive outcomes and believing in the possibility of transformation, we can contribute to the collective shift toward a more loving and unified world. In conclusion, Chapter 22, Transformation of Our World offers a hopeful and empowering perspective on the potential for collective change. Gawai underscores the importance of personal responsibility, collaboration, and spiritual growth in creating a more harmonious society. By embracing love over fear and actively participating in the co-creation of our reality, individuals can contribute to the transformation of the world, fostering a future filled with compassion, unity, and possibility. Chapter 23, A Vision, Living in the Light by Shakti Gawai. In Chapter 23, A Vision, Shakti Gawai presents a powerful and uplifting message about humanity's collective evolution and spiritual awakening. She articulates a vision of a world in which individuals live in harmony with their inner selves, fully aligned with their highest truths, and in sync with the natural flow of the universe. This vision is not just about individual growth but about the collective transformation of society. The chapter emphasizes that as more people embrace this new consciousness, the entire world will undergo a profound shift toward peace, balance, and love. At the heart of this chapter is the idea that human beings are at a crucial turning point in history. Gawai believes that humanity is transitioning from an era dominated by fear, control, and ego to one characterized by love, trust, and higher consciousness. She refers to this as a shift from the old paradigm, where external power and material success were prized, to a new paradigm focused on internal power, spiritual growth, and interconnectedness. This new vision requires individuals to embrace their true selves, shading the masks and defenses they have built up over the years. Gawai asserts that many people live in fear of showing their authentic selves, worried about judgment, rejection, or failure. However, to align with the vision of the new world, people must find the courage to be vulnerable, open, and true to their inner calling. She urges readers to trust their intuition, follow their inner guidance, and live in a way that honors their soul's purpose. Gawai also explores the idea that this shift in consciousness is not something that can be forced or rushed. It is a natural process that unfolds as individuals become more attuned to their inner wisdom. Meditation, mindfulness, and self-awareness are key tools in this journey of awakening. These practices help individuals quiet the noise of the external world, listen to their inner voice, and align with the flow of life. In doing so, they can contribute to the larger vision of global transformation. The chapter highlights the importance of trust in oneself, trust in the universe, and trust in the unfolding process of life. Gawai emphasizes that while the journey toward this higher vision may be challenging, it is essential to maintain faith in the bigger picture. She suggests that even when life seems chaotic or difficult, there is always a higher purpose at play. Each individual's personal journey contributes to the collective evolution of humanity. One of the key takeaways from this chapter is the idea that every person has a role to play in the creation of this new world. Gawai encourages readers to take responsibility for their own growth, knowing that by doing so, they are contributing to the collective shift. The process of inner healing, self-discovery, and embracing one's true self not only benefits the individual but also helps to heal the world. This interconnectedness is a recurring theme in Gawai's work, and in this chapter, she emphasizes that the collective vision can only be realized when individuals take responsibility for their own spiritual development. Towards the end of the chapter, Gawai offers practical advice for how individuals can align with this vision. She suggests setting intentions, visualizing a better world, and practicing gratitude for the progress that has already been made. By focusing on positive energy and taking small, conscious steps each day, individuals can become active participants in the creation of this new reality. In conclusion, Chapter 23, A Vision is a call to action for readers to embrace their personal and collective responsibility in shaping the future. Gawai presents an inspiring and hopeful vision of a world based on love, trust, and higher consciousness. She reminds readers that by living authentically and aligning with their true selves, they can contribute to the global shift towards a more harmonious, enlightened world.